Hello and welcome back to the workshop. Tonight I am going to show you a solution to a problem that I found with aftermarket parts dealing with these corner brushes. For a while I had been having these corner brushes spin off and get lost under furniture and no idea why. Originally I thought it was the nut that was being used, the screw that was being used, or how tight it was. Not the case. It took me a little bit, but I finally figured out what was happening. So let's take a quick look at how the corner brush works. There's a little spindle that comes up off that drive gear that causes that to rotate. It is a hexagonal socket. There we see nice 6 sides there, nice sharp corners that fits onto, and the screw goes down through the top. Now after a while, these aftermarket parts were starting to round out the flats. There. If we take a closer look, we can see that shape is less hexagonal and more rounded off. Let's see the two parts side by side. This one has nice sharp corners, nice flats, and this one is rounded off. So what's causing that? That was the question. To show what I did, I'm going to take this one off, this i7. This i7, it's been a while since I've given it a cleaning, so I needed to do that anyhow. And so I'm going to take this off. And this has been running now for a couple of months. So I know this fix works. Take that screw out, pop off. If you notice, I added a small little shim to the inside of that brush. So let's take a look a little bit closer here. Take some measurements. Got calipers here. I'll set it into metric, zero it out. And I'm going to measure flat to flat on this hexagonal drive. I've got 5.16. 5.16. If I take one of these new ones, I'm going to measure flat to flat. I'm going to try to get it as best as I can. 5.41. So this is much larger. And I think over time it just starts rounding it out, being it's a soft plastic. 5.49. So what did I say? 5.16, 5.4, 5.49. That's a difference of 3.333. Last time I measured it, it was about 0.4 difference. So that would make each side 0.2. This shim that I added to the inside of it, I 3D printed this one, only because that's what I had at my disposal at the time. Now it's starting to fall apart, so I printed a couple of them. But each thickness there was 0.2 millimeters. So what we need to do is we need to find something that's 0.2 millimeters to make up that difference and to keep that brush from spinning inside it. Now these that are already rounded out, I'm already counting those gone. If we look at this one that had been on there for a long time versus a brand new one, we can tell this one's older because the brushes are a little bit more frayed. This is brand new, right? Not flat at all. Or not rounded out at all. Nice and flat, nice sharp corners, just like the new one. Very happy with that solution. Let's take a look here. So I need something about 0.2 millimeters thick on each side. The depth on it is, spin that around. The depth on it, 3 millimeters, 3.12. Let's see how big I made this one. I made this one 4. Let's check it again. Yeah, 4 millimeters. So let's find something. If you don't have a 3D printer to make these little shims, let's see if we can find something else in its place. Piece of cardstock. This is just a regular index card. What is that? What did I say? 0.2 each? That's 0.19. That's pretty close. So pizza cardstock would work. And really all we would need to do is really line that up, make a measurement, make a cut, and slide it into place. The other thought I had is blue tape. This is 3M original blue tape. See how thick this is. .1 millimeter. So 0.1 millimeter, we would have to wrap that around twice, which a little bit of adhesive there might work. So what I'm going to do, cut off a piece, and I'm just going to eyeball, guesstimate the height. Could probably take a razor blade too to trim off the top. Really the hardest part when I put the shim in was getting everything to stay in place. Kind of like it is now. Alright, now that I have that wrapped around twice, let me just shave the top of it off here. Now the paper is going to be a little bit more soft than the plastic. So I'll put a link to the Thingiverse file for the plastic shim that I created. It actually has little ridges on it to let it fold at the appropriate spots. We'll see if this works. And it should go on fairly snugly. Yeah, I don't feel any movement at all. So I'm going to run with this for a couple of months now instead of the plastic one. And provide an update to the description when that happens. But yeah, the aftermarket corner brushes, the hole is a little large for the application for the Roomba, and it causes it to round out and then causes these corner brushes to spin off and get lost. So that's the solution. Well, it's been about a month since I tried that fix with the blue tape to try to make up a little bit of space in the dimensions. So let's take this brush off and see how well it's done. Now it seems to be holding up fairly well. That's stuck on there pretty good. But hey, as we can see, the corners are nice and sharp, not rounded out. Blue tape is still intact. And it's been a month, so that's about 3 times a week, so that's about 12 runs. Without it, it had not been going more than a week. So I'm going to call that for a win. If I was replacing this brush, I'd probably go ahead and replace the blue tape. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it there. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. If you liked tonight's, please press the thumbs up to like. And as always, leave comments, and I'll get back with you. Thanks. Good night.